Hello from the children of planet Earth. Hello from the children of planet Earth.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the Rock Scooter Daily Stream. It's a great special like button. It's ready to go. Live futures count is live in Rock Scooter platform. I'm gonna fire some trades today, hopefully. Inaugural. This is huge. Huge for us. Super pumped. Super excited. We'll make an announcement pretty soon today. Once everything's tested and looking great. Huge. You know it, baby. All right, what's up? Welcome. Bull market still continuing. Looking like we're opening pretty good. Nasdaq, S&P, and Russell opening inside DD bands. We're still trading slightly above Triple B and VIX, so we're going to have some overshooting pivots. You know how all that goes. Major earnings today. Nothing really big. Some a quiet day on the earnings front as well. You know, my favorite, Domino's Pizza. You guys know how that's a huge part of my life. Gotta love me some Domino's. But other than that, nothing really ground shaking today. A very light week. Obviously have big week tomorrow. Tomorrow's Microsoft and Google, Visa. We always know how that day goes out. That starts what I call major earnings. This is just the teaser, the pregame, the tailgate. But we got all the big ones Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We got big days coming up. So markets are probably going to be a little timid going into tomorrow. I wouldn't expect a huge move today. I'm going to take what I can get in, get out. I don't think we'll be breaking any new highs, breaking any new lows. Unless anything leaks.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Good morning, you guys. Let's go. Over the next week, every single day, we'll be talking about how to get the futures data and log into the futures data and all that. So I want everybody to make sure you pay attention to the announcements for Zoom calls. We're doing a daily Zoom call pretty much after the stream in the morning. And we'll do that and give you a little bit more information about how this all works and get everybody rolled into that. All right, let's get everything rolling. All right, taking a look at DD bands as we every morning make a look. We look at these guys. In between. Market's nice and steady, rational. We've got some red lines playing with Nasdaq from that catalyst day that we had the other day. Make sure I get rid of those run links that are still there. Just like that. Let's get rid of that guy right there. That's one of the downsides. We get two red lines in the way. These are also exit targets. It's a new technique. I'll let you know if we get close to ones, but make sure we act on that. Still trading above this triple B line. Anytime you're above this and that contango's realized in the VIX, you're going to have choppy markets, overshooting pivots. So if I want to buy like 10 or 15 or something, I don't just dive all in at once. I allow myself to build into at least one strike below any single pivot that I find. Don't wait till we get our liquidity maps here. And again, like I said, today, major earnings, nothing really crazy today. Nothing in the news really alarming either. All right. So I logged into my credentials to get my account going. However, it still says test account. So I don't think that it's connecting to my real account yet. So he's looking into that. So I can't make my first trade just yet. It's still connected to our test, the test account we were using. Boo, but that's okay. Maybe he'll fix it before the market gets before it moves too far and I can actually get in there. As you see, you might see my platform looks a little different than your platform. Right? Make sure you hit that like button while you're here, while we're chilling and waiting. 1 minute till market opens. Over here, a few more things you'll see on my screen that you won't see on yours. Connections tab. Connections tab is going to have the ability to connect to our broker, connect to Discord, connect to some other things. I have a DOM over here. I'm going to get ready to get going. All right. Here we go. Already gapping up. Okay, opening right here above the box. It's saying resilience of 68. So be very cool to see us on a little bit of a gap and go here. Okay, going to take a quick, small little long right on the opening move with the high resilience like it is. I'm going to trade right off of that opening position, and that's going to be pretty good because I'll stop in case it pulls out below. Okay, wait for liquidity maps to come through. All right, good. Okay, mean reversion long. We're still waiting for the monthlies to come through here. So it looks like we are stuck in the middle. If DD comes positive, this is kind of a sandwich play on the S&P. Let's look at QQQ. It is a bull short up if we continue to push through here. Ooh, bull long up. I like it. I like it. Okay. This is great. All things are looking good here across the board. Let's get IWM, that guy coming in just a second. So yeah, it's just like a quickie little bull long up. Now again, mean reversion, hit the wall, come back down the middle. Could be, wish I would have, not this one. That's pretty quick. All right, 1 second. So yeah, things are looking great across the board. So BSU, we'll double check what BSU looks like on QQQ. We have a few new scanner settings that were released as well. I'll walk through them. So where is hedge pressure? Let's load everything here. Here it is. Okay. All right. One second, you guys. Okay, trying a few new things here. All All right, cool. Looking pretty decent. Taking a look at QQQ. To BSU. BSUs have this. We are opening below monthly hedge pressure, so it tends to be a movement up towards the midpoint between hedge pressure and the bottom of the bull zone. So here to here, about right up there. So breaking through monthly hedge would be, I mean, if we look at it today, we talked about this on Friday. Trading below monthly hedge isn't the best sign in the world for the index, at least for tech, and that's kind of the one thing that's been leading the market. Let me see what everything else is doing today. Opening above monthly hedge pressure. We want to see that Monday is going to be that pure look. All right, hold on with you guys. I love Monday mornings. All right. Take a look at some stocks this morning. We'll run our monthly maps today. Apple running up to 195 hedge pressure. All right, you guys. Taking a look what I got here. Things looking pretty solid. SPY long or S&P long up to upper DD band. That's what we're talking about trading here. Obviously, there's a resistance in the way. As soon as I get close to that, call that a day. It is the closest of the three. So when you're looking at all of them, you take whichever one hits the band first. It exits all of them. So that's kind of what we're looking at today. DD ratio is still greater than 0.8. So let's draw on our chart. Let's take a look at what the analysis says. That's how this works. Okay. So when you open mean reversion, you tend to close eventually mean reversion. And when you open below monthly hedge, you tend to, open below hedge, you tend to close below hedge as well. So the market's likely to be destined to return to here. Any upward trajectory is looking at this little spot right here. This is where our DD band is. And before major earnings, I don't expect a huge breakout play to run and just be like a big winner, but we'll see. We will really see how that works. And then from here to there, with a stop right below hedge pressure if I do lose out. So my expectation today is with DD being bullish, then clearly anything that opens in the middle is going to kiss the bull zone and likely return back to middle. That's the anticipation of the play. It can go a little bit higher and stretch it here, but anything that goes through here is likely to close somewhere in there more often than it doesn't. Now, statistically, I don't plan for that, but this is pretty bullish. Breaking hedge to the upside is decently bullish. Obviously, in SPY, Q, and Russell all breaking to the upside. Market is still getting squeezed into earnings, which is great. IWM on the monthly hedge break, supporting the fact that even Russell is bullish for the month, which I love to see that. That's really good for the greater bull market. You can't argue with that. QQQ is the one that is the questionable one. Finally, you can see that we're overbought on the NASDAQ. Does everyone see that? Finally, we're in negative gamma territory on the NASDAQ. And the question is, does NASDAQ want to make its way through here into that genuine BSU where you can trade between the two monthly hedges and the hedge pressure levels? Now, being below monthly hedge, we call bearish structure. So is the NASDAQ finally structured bearish going to earnings? While Money's now rolling into the safer things. We'll have to see how that goes, right? Can I widen the chart a little bit? Yeah. Let me just do that. Hold on one second. I'm diagnosing a few things on my own here. Hold on one second. All right. Looking solid there. All right, you guys. Just diagnosing some few of the future stuff here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to do a monthly map. Let's take a look at this. First thing we want to look at is, well, everybody make sure you smash the like button while you're here. Look at the SPY. The SPY is... Now, remember, we said the most drastic change to monthly maps happens right after monthly expiration. As you see, in general, it's stable, but you can see some bull positions exiting. So you can see some bull profit taking leading into the first week of August, but the bears are just getting nuked. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. You see how the light gray is just melting like this. This is a sign of the continual short squeeze. This rally is going to keep going. I mean, keep going. The price is delayed. Might want to check your connection, use a different browser. There should be no lag or delayed price. If there is, put in a support ticket. We can investigate on your end. But sometimes try a different browser. A lot of times what happens is, and again, this is something we're going to work on down the road is memory optimization. You might have so many things open, the scanner and all that, that what happens is you just kind of run out of memory, and then the browser actually just chokes up. But in general, try to open up just what you need or try a different browser that doesn't use as much memory. Like sometimes I'll have to close the scanner down or whatever. Yeah, that works. Let me know. Can Rocket Scooter warn of a big drop in advance? If so, how? Well, I wish I could predict the stock market. I can forecast where people's positions are the best that I can. But let's look at generally the monthly maps right here. So just a report on the monthly maps from Rocket Scooter. This is the first day of the new trading month. So obviously, we always want to see how the monthly options are panned out. And speaking of stable markets, the S&P just shows it through like the next week of earnings. The market's pretty stable, and all we're going to see is continual short squeeze. The bear slope on this monthly map is just almost straight down. There is no place where bears are stepping in stronger up until October. This is one of the strongest monthly maps we've seen leading into earnings. So I'm a little excited for the bull case and the bull market after seeing the data this morning. Everybody see that? Okay, let's analyze, right? Bull side being stronger, bear side being weaker. This is a double dose of up on the market. Right? Is this short-term weakness on Q? Yeah, let's go ahead and analyze Q, right? Let's take a look at what Q's doing. Oh, okay. Take a look today at the monthly maps on QQQ. Look how Qs get a little crazy. These 0 days on Qs are going to get nuts. Now, the reason a lot of this is like that is because of options. You see how it gets very clustered up right here, right? Let's clean up a little bit. In general, let's draw where the biggest rate. That's right here. The biggest ranges are. CQQQ. This is bull side. This is bull profit taking, which explains what we're seeing in Qs this morning. This is bear side. Bull weakening, bear weakening. So we got a lot of profit taking on both sides today. So Qs are going to be volatile and choppy. But then over time, you can see that Qs just stabilize. And it gets a little weird. It's interesting to see. A little questionable on the bull side on Qs because there's not a lot of bull zone over here, right? For those couple of weeks. So you're going to get a little choppy on Qs. So it just shows they're probably going to be rotating out of tech, and the tech is going to kind of stabilize. It's not going to crash out. You can just see that the Qs are doing this, and then here, like it's almost like stabilizing. While in general, the bear side is still melting out. And then right about here is where Q peaks, and then it starts to sell off both sides. So this is the peak of tech, according to monthly map. So earlier September. The S&P is until October, as you guys remember seeing that. Make sure you grab your rocket scooter if you guys are using it. Make sure you grab the monthly maps. Take a look at it. We got news on the calendar today. Let's double check this. Investing. We're going to pull up. We have the U.S. Services PMI coming out in 1 minute. That's a 3-star. I'm going to go ahead and coming through, the services PMI come through at a 52.4 on a 54 estimate. Now, again, it's still above 50, so that's good, but it beat the estimate. The estimates have been coming in pretty high, though. Forecast, 54. Usually like that, and we came in 52. It's the lowest it's been for a while. Purchasing Managers Index. Private sector companies, it looks at transport, comms, financial intermediaries. We'll check the others. Global US manufacturing looking good there. All right. Okay, we have a possible event, so let's just make sure that the market is stable. Let's keep a look at what we're doing after we got that move. Okay. Little red candle off that PMI. Normally, you know, you got a little bit of volatility coming from that. Nothing really too crazy. On the map here. UVXY, anything close, bull zone bottom, possible yellow light coming on that. So index divergence, there's a lot of things going on. Resilience is still strong, so I'm still expecting to stay on the top of the box. No irrational signals to the downside, so the index is still going to follow the stocks. This is pretty great for at least the longer part of the day. Can you take a look at monthly maps and analyze on Tesla? Sure. Let's do this really. How was y'all's weekend? Oh, here we go. So Tesla fanning out like this, right? This is exactly what you want. You want to see for a topping pattern. So this is the bull side weakening and the bear side flattening. So Tesla does look like it's not bullish anymore. Maybe over the next couple of days, Tesla's likely to flatten out. So Tesla has some downside, I think. At least for the next week or two. Oh, you saw Oppenheimer. How was it? People are very much like saying it's the best movie they've ever seen. Yada yada. Is that good? That I would love it? Oh, yeah. Your top 3 movies: Interstellar, No Country for Old Men, and The Departed. Ah. You're a Coen Brothers fan, and a Christopher Nolan fan, and a Departed. Was that Scorsese? All good directors. All right, let's see what's going on in the world right now. Catch up on some Rocket Scooter stuff. You guys make sure that if you have your Pro Plus membership active, you will see a connections tab once we enable it. I need to enable it on everybody's platform. And the connections tab will be right here at the bottom. Let's show right here. And you'll be able to connect to your broker. We'll have information on how to log in and get all that done pretty soon. Right now, we're working through a few initial bugs related to the connection. So right now, this is the first time we're connecting a live account, the market being open. So we'll see how that works. It's about to hit a key pivot, the 15,495 red line. It's bouncing off of it right now, so that could be a little spot. S&P at half gap, and resilience is still nice and strong, so this could be the bounce point for the day. But just be careful, everybody. Sorry, let me. So, sorry, I have my mic muted. So basically what I was saying is the question he asked is that if you're having a hard time passing like a trader funding program because you have tight drawdowns and you're hitting those volatility, like those drawdown limits because of the volatility, you're gonna wait for times of the month when you're actually below this triple B level, which shows the VIX in decay. You'll have cleaner days and easier times. So if you're struggling to pass like an apex or something like that, wait for times of the month where it's below here and then really hit it hard. Try to pass like 4 or 5 of them and stockpile them. This is going to be the uphill battle and make it harder to trade. This is a harder region to trade. Share my screen. So we open below hedge. We're back where we're supposed to be. Things are not irrational or anything, but you're sitting at the half gap with resilience being positive. Right now, this is a decent sign that we're supporting here. If it makes one more run for hedge pressure and breaks through, that's decent. But like I said, there's limitations to the upside. This is where it should bounce because when resilience is above 0, half gap is support. You guys see that? So that's pretty good. Okay, solid. The monthly res negative. So the way that you read the monthly res is that whenever you're at the yellow, then that's the tiebreaker. So you can see that there are some stocks selling off below monthly hedge. And so if the entire index gets there, then it becomes a tiebreak to the downside. But you don't utilize it until you get to it. So it's not used until you're actually there. So the minute the price is intersecting with monthly hedge, then I use this as a tiebreaker. So today, still nice and clean. Nice dip to half cap. Obviously today, I'm expecting the market, like I drew earlier today, that it's going to be like something like this. Limit probably at that upper DD band, I would say. Things still looking really solid. Res is positive, DD's positive, so or DD's bullish. Everything's looking pretty solid. And that nice half gap bounce, that's that second entry here. Now again, it's going to be a fight at hedge pressure. We need to watch it. So if it finds lower lows off of a hedge pressure bounce, we reject it and come down, then it's time to call it a day. If it continues to fight and has a second break to the upside, then that's pretty decent. This is the first day of the trading month, and we do have major earnings coming through. So let's see what they look like leading up in the monthly maps like Google and Meta. So you see some of the bigger market cap stocks. Google still bullish going into tomorrow. Meta's looking like. Here, Apple's still looking strong. What's going on with Meta? Oh, there it is. Oh, Meta's still... Name's still jacked up. And Meta's still generally bullish relative to their indexing issue with our data provider. Apple, Google, Meta, Amazon. Yeah, it's limited upside today, like upper DD band would basically be it. If you see on the top left, you can look right here. Red line is one of those key pivots, one that I mentioned earlier. Nasdaq is so. This is going to be a key pivot from another event that we had where the market moved higher. I'll make sure I kind of zoom out and show you where that is. Actually, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, that is actually... Maybe that's just... Now, technically, we don't have a rule for this one. That is old from a... from another event to the downside. I thought that was one from the upside. So this event right here, even though red line still can pivot multiple days, I chalk that up to a coincidence that we are bouncing there. But there's always residual pivoting off of old red lines, even though I should have deleted that one. So we're still okay. Now again, this is what we call DD float, is in that DD is bullish. You're likely not to touch the lower band for the upper band. It's likely to, today's likely to save. This is likely a dip to buy to revert to middle. VIX is pulling back. Market's not really that crazy going into earnings. So I'm pretty safe here. This is one of those, just that it's going to be hard to probably see a big rally today. We're going to need to see earnings come through a little bit more shining and looking sexy. Are we random today? Let's double check. Yes, we are. Right? So it's kind of like a random play on the market. So anything in the middle, mean reversion, you always see these middle reverting. And you can see on the liquidity map, if you're paying attention, that mean reversions just float towards the middle. You open in the middle, you tend to end up in the middle. And so while we did see some nice bullishness right out the door, you can see that it tends to just want to, you know, hold the fort. So that's what's cool about rocket scooters. It's kind of dispelling hope. I didn't wake up today saying, you know, we're going to rally to the moon and back. You know, your limited upside, and we're gonna, you know, if you do play it, you have your DD band is about right there. You just kind of wait it out, set it and forget it. If I think it's gonna go, it's gonna go. It has to break hedge to get there, break bull zone to get there. Two resistances, but things are strong enough that it's not necessarily looking like it wants to sell off. So it's a decent sign for the kind of like the new trading month. And I'm not super excited to finally get my trading account active in Rocket Scooter. I can actually show you guys some trades again. XLE Oxy strong today. Energy is very strong today. Running the XLE sector on the liquidity map. Beautiful. Right, you can see that people are still very bullish. Energy, utilities, real estate are all hot today. Josie says you can't imagine trading without monthly maps and the daily bites. It's like having X-ray vision. Well, I appreciate that. Help spread the word. We're taken over by storm. There's a whole new paradigm. You know, it's just so weird. Like, I know this is the time when all the bears are still like, every single day on Twitter, there's a new bear pops out and he's like, I'm calling it now. This is the top. And recession's imminent. Market crash is imminent. And I'm finally starting to just speak up and flex, just to be like, hey guys, let me jump in your thread and say that I disagree. People are trying to see Rocket Scooter and the power it has to see the truth. There are people that just doesn't know that this technology, that just don't know this technology exists. It's so funny. I'm like, I can see the positions. It's literally like having X-ray vision. I can see what people are doing. I'm not hoping it's bearish. I'm not winning it's bearish. Ooh, this kolache is tasty. Hey, babe. My kitty cat's over here. Just trading what is. XLF looking pretty sexy too. Nice and clean, bull long up. We're all the rich bears. Oh. Right. Here's the thing. People get angry the longer they're losing. They get angrier and they go to like social media events. So people are gonna get a little testy. So just don't step on a lot of toes if you don't like making enemies. So Twitter is now officially the X app. There's a giant X at the top of my screen. Interesting. So Elon did use that logo that somebody gave him. Somebody gave him their old logo and was like, "You can use mine if you want." So apparently that's their temp logo. So what are we gonna call it? I know everybody. I keep hearing people like retweet. I don't know if they're copying my tweet or if I accidentally copied someone else's. Who knows? But I'm just like, what do you call? If you can't, it's not Twitter anymore. What do you call tweeting? Xing? Sexting? You gotta be names for it. Tweet is just so cool sounding. Like, it's like a cultural icon. It's like texting. You can't like, if you think about like the short form content you used to have in Twitter, right? Tweet is like a bird chirping. You open the window and it's like chirp, chirp, chirp. That's what Twitter was. You just chirp little things, little tiny characters, little bits of text, you know? Now Twitter's like this massive platform he's trying to have compete with like YouTube and stuff. What kind of word would you use to describe communication content? Long form and short form. Tweet. You still gonna call it tweeting? What are you gonna call it? So I never call meta unless I'm talking to you knuckleheads about stocks. I still call it Facebook. It's like Google rebranding their search engine or something. Yeah, I've never say Alphabet, honestly. Alphabet, Meta, and X Corp. X Corp literally sounds like a group of villains in a Marvel movie. Like it's like this week's adventure, issue number 145. Iron Man and Thor take on X Corp. and they've got like, you know, like a bald guy with a monocle and an underground lair petting a hairless cat. They'll never take us alive. I honestly hate it. I love Elon, but I think X for Twitter just sounds weird. It's starting to feel like very, like, they better not call it like expressions or exclamations or anything weird like that. I'm just vomiting in my mouth already hearing it. Like LexCorp, like Lex Luthor. Right, it does sound like LexCorp. I mean, he's great when it comes to marketing, so hopefully he'll make something, yeah, I agree. Hopefully they'll make something cool. It's like tweeting is just like the saying like Facebook me. Remember like when you all had Facebook, everyone says, hey, Facebook me. You know, send a message to Facebook. It's like you're describing how you communicate with a word, a unique word that explains how you do it. And tweet means something. It has meaning. That's a very strong brand, and if you dissolve that, you're an idiot. Like the marketing potential of it's like iconic. You can't like anytime you hear the word Coca-Cola, you get thirsty, right? That's what a brand's all about. When I hear Popeye's chicken, oh, my mouth starts to water. You know, it's like you got that ingrained feeling already. You don't want to remove that strength. Like when you call Facebook Meta, I have zero connection to that word. It's jarring. It doesn't even mean anything, right? No history with it. So he needs to create, I'm saying he needs to create something. A new paradigm. Something is equally as powerful, equally as big, like equally as like prominent with the staying power. Like some brands are just so designed so well, like Robinhood, right? Robinhood's branding is just genius to all levels of like the logo, you know, Robin Hood, you're robbing from the rich to give to the poor, and it caters to newer traders. I mean, it means so many things on so many levels. It's like Rocket Scooter means so many things in so many levels. You can't just slap a cool After Effects logo and destroy all the meaning that's been like ingrained. This is like a cultural thing, like the word TGIF makes you all think of Full House, right? And Steve Urkel. You just like know like those evocation of those feelings that brands give you. So they got to create something equally as strong, and it's gonna be hard because what made Twitter so brilliant is that the description of what the bird did, it just looks like it's a tiny little bird chirping. You imagine hearing a little chirp chirp out of your window. That's what people are doing. They're chirping all day long, making little tiny tweet. It's cute sounding. The name is an onomatopoeia, which represents, it's a word that sounds like the actual sound it makes. And so when you do it, it almost reflects what you're experiencing. The name itself mirrors the structure of the content inside of it. That short form content is like a chirp, is like a tweet. So what would you, for a long form content, you need a word that mirrors or represents the style of content that the platform produces. Now with X being such a big platform, is it even possible to create one word that is the action you take in the X app? Xting. You know what I mean? What could they come up with? Can you imagine if Zuckerberg versus Musk MMA fight actually happens? I've seen some of the Zuckerberg MMA videos. I mean, the jiu-jitsu videos, and it looks like he looks like he works out. I'd be scared to fight Zuck. I ain't gonna lie. Elon has size on him though. Zuckerberg is about my size, maybe a little shorter, but that dude's been doing jiu-jitsu for a while. He has that reptilian strength. Those us warm-blooded creatures don't stand a chance. I think it'd be fun. I don't know if they're just beefing for views or if it's actually real. I know they have real beef for real reasons, but I wonder if just the social media beef is to draw awareness to them for, you know, branding. Or to draw, you know, strength to the tech industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you never know people's motives. So, hey, tech is like front and center right now in the markets, right? Everybody's paying attention to the two of them and every word they say. This could just be structured genius design for greater marketing purposes also. You can never put it past bored billionaires. All right, guys. Nice and clean. We get a little bounce on the SPY. This is kind of what I expected to see. Market sustain. As long as we hold hedge pressure, this is pretty decent. Pretty decent move to get the trade we want to get. We're up to DD band. Looking solid here. I like. Attention is currency now. Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to hear about an MMA fight between the two biggest billionaires in the world, and both of them make all their ads, all their money off of ads and marketing. Where are you reading your news about Zuck and about Elon? You're going to Twitter and going to Facebook to read all about it. These people are just raking in the money at this point. Twitter is your tabloid. I mean, they have new revenue sharing models. Elon's creating ads that now drop in on your main page. So if you visit my page, an ad will show up on my feed, and I'll get revenue share from it in the revenue sharing program. I don't know if I qualify or not, but that's how it is. I mean, they've created all kind of new ways to make revenue. What a way to get you to start churning those ad dollars and start like a Biggie Tupac beef. A phone call like, hey, let's just like challenge each other to a cage fight and just see where it goes. Oh yeah, cool. Why? Oh, you know, billions of dollars. Oh, cool. All right, let's do it. Just a simple phone call, as simple as that. Draw publicity to both of our brands. Cool, man. I'd do it if I got bored. Nice and steady. Market's recovering, looking good. All right, you guys. All right, so decent day. Really not going to put too much stock into anything until after earnings for tech. At least, you know, obviously IWM is kind of holding the fort. Nasdaq is starting to pivot and hang in there. Obviously, we have the DD float, which is one of the rules we have when we have a bullish DD, that the market sustains, not dropping to that lower band as long as things are steady. DD stays bullish, so that lower band is, you know, pretty much the market's going to flow away from. We have a flashcard for that in the Discord. If you need access to all this stuff, make sure you join our Discord. The link's in the description below, and we'll hook you up with where everything's at. Obviously, we'll do a Zoom call today. I'm going to try to get my trading situation set up here. Somehow I connected my futures account, but the socket's not connecting, so we're investigating. This is the first day that we're actually live. I'm the only one that has the connections tab open right now. We're going to roll this out to everybody over the course of the week. So you'll wake up one day and you might be able to see like a little pop-up that directs you to logging in. We're going to roll it out in stages. As soon as I can make sure everything's working good, we'll roll you guys out and walk you through the process on how to get started. I'll make an announcement today for those that do want a head start with the Lifetime group on what you do and get into, so that you can get a head start. We do open it up for everybody. Hold on. Oh, I still need to post those Zoom calls from yesterday. I mean, from last week. Sorry, you guys, like working on futures has just been like a 24/7 thing. Appreciate you guys' patience, but this is huge to have connections to brokers. Okay, so here's what we're gonna release. As soon as we get our futures connection released to everybody else, so very next thing we're gonna do is automated DD bands, risk intervals. The rest of the alerts are gonna be here. As long as you have Pro Plus in your membership, you'll have access to the connection tab. You can tunnel your futures data through. So here's gonna be the cost of the futures data. If you deposit into a futures account, which is what you have to do to get futures data, it's the only one that's like it. We're gonna have two brokers. This is how it's gonna work. Or sorry, two different. We have a lot of brokers, but we have two different modes. Number one is, for the most part, for the major brokers, you deposit $500 in a futures account, and then you just get charged your data from it. You can trade with it or just put money in there to pay for the data. Either way, it's just how the futures industry works. You've always done like trader funding programs or anything like that, or even if you start up a Tradeovate account, you still get your data natively. You still got to pay a little bit extra for data. It'll always be like that. It'll be like that here as well. You don't pay us. We're not adding a surcharge to your data. We don't get a penny of that. You pay straight to the broker. So that's just what they charge, and then we just pass it on to you. So we're gonna have two different FCMs that we'll recommend. The majority of them will be a $500 deposit, but we have one that's gonna allow us to do a $100 deposit. They're making a special consideration for us. They're gonna try it out for a little bit. It's a newer FCM, but the idea that you can put just $100 in and then unlock your data. It's kind of a great starting point for newer traders that may not want to chunk $500 into an account. And it's a trading account. You can always get your money back. But the top of book data is only $1 a month for top of book. It's the bid and ask price and the historic candles. So you just want historic candles for CME group only. You trade S&P and NASDAQ futures. It's $1 a month. Got an amazing rate on that. If you want level 2 data, which is the DOM, the bid and ask tiers, and you want the entire level 2, it's $13 per exchange. And these are comparable rates to, say, Tradeovate. If you want all 4 exchange bundles, CME, CBOT, actually 5 exchange bundle, we're going to add that to it. The 4 exchange bundle is CME, COMEX, NYMEX, and CBOT is $35 a month for all 4 if you want. And these, again, this is pretty much industry standard. We added CFE futures, so you can go in there and get SIBO, which is going to be VIX, VX. You're going to need VIX, obviously, for some of our alerts. That's another 13 for level 2. Hold on one second. What's up, man? Yes, absolutely. We talked about Tesla this morning. So Tesla monthly map actually is showing a topping pattern for Tesla. If you use Rocket Scooter, you click on the monthly map on the right side, and you can see that bull zone, right? If you're looking on my screen on my stream, or if you're just like playing along, if you see that the bull zone is just rapidly raising, right? The bottom of the bull zone. What that basically means is that that's profit taking. The bear zone is holding steady, right, where the interface is. So essentially, we are in bear territory on the monthly map in Tesla, and bulls are going to be taking profit. So this is going to be a period of selling. So Tesla is essentially peaking out, and that's what that's telling me over the next month. So while we're seeing rotation out of certain plays today into other areas, it's not like it's a sign of like everything becoming bearish. But Tesla's one of the stocks that is looking like it has peaked out. It's going to be volatile for the next 4 weeks. The volatility is going to get stronger week after week, and that's what we can see in Rocket Scooter. To me, Tesla's top. And that's just positionally, and you can see that the bulls are leaving week after week. So this is probably the end for Tesla, at least for now. But there's strength elsewhere. So people are rotating out of things and rotating into other things in this earnings season. For sure. All right, you guys, this has been fun. Gonna kind of call it a morning. So we'll be back probably closer to noon every day, like we do, noon central, where we'll do our Zoom call there and just kind of go over anything that we all want to do. If you can't make it, obviously you can go and watch all the other videos that we do have in our boot camp. We have a trader boot camp. You'll learn everything you need to know and learn how to trade from scratch. That boot camp is solid. We're making a new series of videos right now, which is training on the basic stuff. And so for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be alternating. Some of the Zoom calls, we're going to be going over how to get futures data and the new stuff. We're going to be making new videos on the new stuff. And then the other ones are going to be our beginners trading series. And beginners trading series is going to be, I mean, basic. Like some of you may just snooze through it. It's going to be like, what is a candle? What is a chart pattern? What's a chart, right? The basic stuff, basic stuff. Because there's not really anything good out there that's newer for like basic trading stuff that's relevant. Like a lot of the basic trading stuff will go like balls deep into so many things. This is going to be consolidated, like what you need to know. Like the gap, I learned when I was teaching somebody the gap class and they were like, wait, what is a close? What's a candle? And I realized that we need to start at the beginning, right? Anything relative to Rocket Scooter, we need to start at the beginning. Noon Central. Yep. All right. Nice and clean morning. Everything's good. Market's still solid. Resilience is solid. DD solid. You know, obviously, SPY to upper DD band is probably the exit for the day. If I was going to be hanging on to this, clearly I know that that's the limit, and then we likely end up down here. Now, again, if you break through hedge pressure, this is something to take note of. If you break through hedge pressure one time and fail, and a second time and fail, it's done. You don't give it any more than 2 attempts. If there was power to squeeze on a hedge breaks cause something called a gamma squeeze. It would happen very quickly. Now, the reason I give it a second attempt is because we're above triple B on the VIX, right? And because of that, like we keep saying, the market's going to overshoot pivots. So it's trying to break, and we just consider this an overshoot. If it overshoots and comes back down 2 times, it's usually a go. So I give every hedge break attempt to like chase along. I do everything I can to chase along if I find one. After the second attempt, if it fails, it's just over for the day. It usually doesn't happen 3 times. So as a rule of thumb, long, fail, long again. Okay. All right, you guys. Love y'all. Gonna call it a day. Make sure you get that extended trial. It's $35 a month for our $200 a month package. You'll be able to jump in, play with this, and if you like what you see, you can lock in the Pro Plus. The Pro Plus is going to be the thing that allows broker connections, futures data, and all kind of fun tools. All the AI tools we're building, like journaling, backtesting, all the neat stuff that is going to be revolutionizing the platform world. So come in here, check it out. Obviously, this is the exciting part of this year. We're going to create all these newer tools. Pro Plus, lock it in for less than $100 a month forever, and ignore any price raise you guys can get in our entry level or our founder's fee as you enter your journey with the platform that we have. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Glad to see the market still riding bullish in earnings, major earnings. It's good. Supports the thesis. We're bullish until October. Love it. Come today. Maybe we'll do a little bit about monthly maps and talk about some other things. So in that Discord, there's going to be a link popped up at noon Central. We'll have our Zoom call, and we'll walk you through some of the things. If you need help, send me a message, of course. Like I said, check out the extended trial. It's only $35 a month. Platform's free for 3 months. And you just pay for your data. That's it. Join us, and we will see you all later.